Hey guys, this is Double AA25 and I'm going to teach you how to install Joysense version 1.42b, doesn't really matter the version, and how to put it on your PSP. So Joysense is a plugin that you would put on your PSP. It allows you to use the joystick to move around in the XMB menu or the main menu of the PSP when you're not in a game, and in the in-game menu of games, pause menu, stuff like that. I'll show you what I mean right now. Head on over to my PSP. As you will see, it is custom firmware because it has the custom theme. It's not 5.0, it's a CTF theme. For other vids on how to install it, but yeah, so it's custom firmware, and for example, the joystick wouldn't work if I moved it through the menu, correct? Now, if you see these, this is the only way to go through this menu. I don't know if you guys can see that, but here are the 4 directional buttons moving around the menu. And if you guys would try it now, you wouldn't be able to move with this. Wouldn't work. So, what we're going to do is add the plugin that will allow it to, so you can move with the joystick like this. And now, moving through the menu with the joystick, it's pretty intense. It's not a trick, people, it's a plugin, simple plugin that you have to install. And I'm going to teach you how to install that right now. So let's first go into USB mode. Now that we've done that. And next, I'm going to give you this website link. And you're going to go all the way down this page to the bottom of the ad. And if I can find my mouse, there we are. You're going to click download. It's at the bottom of the ad. And if you are in Firefox, you're going to have a window pop up like this. IE has something similar. You can choose to open or save the file. It's the best to open it. You don't really need to save anything. So let's open that. Then your Firefox, of course, allows you to scan for viruses. If you have an older version of Firefox, you probably the file will probably open up way quicker. So there's the plug. This is what's going to open when you download it. You're going to have a folder called SEPLUGINS, FAQ, and README. If this is the first plugin to install on your PSP, you could just go ahead and drag the whole folder into the root of your memory stick, like this right here. See that SEPLUGINS? That's where you're going to put the folder. You're just going to drag the whole folder into the root of the memory stick. The same location where the PSP folder is. Again, this is only if you don't have any other plugins installed. If you do what I just said and you have other plugins installed, you're most likely going to lose everything that's on there in that folder. So next, if you have more than one plugin already installed, just go ahead and click SEPLUGINS. You can have 6 files. You can have game.txt, game150.txt, joysense.ini, joysense.prx, pops.txt, and vsh.txt. If you're already familiar with plugins, those text files are just telling the PSP that you want to run a plugin. Just tells you that you can select the plugin for like using it in anything placed in the game folder, anything placed that's a pops loader, VSH used in the main menu, stuff like that, if you're familiar with plugins. If you're not, you don't really need to know what they do yet. So, I'm now at my memory stick. I'm going to go into SEPLUGINS. First thing I want you to do is I want you to drag joysense.ini and joysense.prx. You drag them. I want you to drag these into the SEPLUGINS folder. So yes to that. Then joysense.ini. Yes. You won't get that message if you do not have this plugin, these files in the folder yet. Anyway, now I have to put the 4.txt files in there. So there's two ways. The one way is just dragging this whole file into the PSP folder SEPLUGINS on your PSP. But only do that if you don't have, for example, say you only have a game.txt, pops.txt, and a game150.txt on your PSP. You would only drag the vsh.txt on there, but for pops, game150, and game, you would have to copy what's written in there and paste it into the one that's on your memory stick, game150 pops. You're gonna have to, yeah, do that. Anyway, the easiest way usually to make sure it's copied correctly is just to open one of these. I open game usually. It's gonna load. You're gonna get something that gives you like kind of like where the file is. It's the same for game150, VSH, and pops. So all you have to do is open one of these text files. I open game. Control A. I'm gonna erase that. Control A. I'm using shortcuts. Control A will copy everything. Control C will be copying what you selected. So did that. And then you would close this. I'm not going to save the changes. And I'm going to go to my what's it called? SEPLUGINS folder on the PSP. Now you either open every single individual text file that was listed in the file, the RAR file. So VSH, pops, game150, and game. You open each one individually. I'm not copying it, but you would copy it. You'd click enter, you need a new line, and you would copy it right, this one right there. That's the one you want to copy onto VSH, pops, game, and game150. After that, you're gonna close this. You might get a error or pop up that says, "Would you like to save this?" Click yes, or else you're gonna have to do it again. And that you successfully have installed the plugin. Here's how to activate it. Close this and close. Head on over to my beautiful PSP. So let's exit USB mode. Turn that, and now what you want to do is hold up the power slide for 3 seconds, and you're going to see your PSP turn off. This is a complete turn off of your PSP. So 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. There, you have closed the PSP. Now I want you to boot it up into recovery mode. If you don't know how to do this, you would hold the R button right here. You can hold it now, and you would want to turn on your PSP just by sliding it, and you don't have to hold it or anything, just by sliding it. When you do that, you should see your memory card think. Excellent. You have booted it up into recovery mode. And now we want to go down to plugins. Then if you have a lot of plugins, you're going to get this big list. If you don't, it's probably the only plugin. And you're going to see something right here that says Joysense. Now that is the plugin. Now enable it wherever you want to. You're going to have 4: game150, pops, VSH, and game. That's game, for example, pops, game150, game, VHS, yeah, you get the idea. You know where it's going to be enabled just because of the brackets. So I'm only going to enable the Joysense in the VSH and the Joysense, the game, they're already enabled right now. You just have to click X and it'll change it from disabled to enabled and back just by clicking X. Once you're done, click back. Oops, accidentally disabled something. But when you're done, click back. Click exit. Let it boot up. Yeah, that's my custom theme boot up. And now it should work using the joystick. Thanks for watching, guys. Any questions, just leave it in the comment section and I'll answer them. Thanks for watching. Hope you watch some of my other vids.